I told you about these Eagles. I've been saying it all season. Frauds. All season. Frauds.
I won't go that far.
All right, just hear me out. Hear me out, L. Help me out. Last year, had a great season, right? Nick Sirianni's on the scene. You got offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Everything is working. But what everybody didn't realize about the Eagles last year is that they had a very, very easy schedule. So you having a good team, ran through that schedule, cool. You proved yourself in the playoffs. Got to the Super Bowl. Yeah. Granted, we know that Brock Purdy got hurt. Who knows what would have happened if Brock Purdy would have stayed healthy in that game against the 49ers in the NFC Championship. We don't know. We can't play what ifs, right? They lost. The Eagles advanced. They get to the Super Bowl. They're a half away from winning. They look good, and then they got Pat Mahomes, right? It happens to everybody, right? But then what we see is an exodus. Offensive coordinator leaves. Defensive coordinator leaves. They have some offensive players leave. They have some defensive players leave. There's a lot of turnover on that team, right? So now you have new pieces, but you still got the core defense there, right? And you still got the quarterback that got paid off that 1 year. And I like to always tell people, be careful about paying somebody after 1 year because you're not seeing the full gamut of what they're actually capable of. Correct. It's kind of like the situation with Julius Randle and the Knicks. Yeah, that one crazy year. Knicks fans like, oh, just Randle's the man. And I was telling them, be careful, because I know him. You know what I mean? Exactly. I was like, I know this man. I'm a Laker fan. I know who he is. He gonna choke in the playoffs when you don't want him to. And lo and behold, it happens, right? Yep. So now you coming into year 2 or year 3, whatever it is, and Jalen Hurts is struggling. He's throwing interceptions, turning the ball over. The defense is not solid. They made Mac Jones look like Brett Favre the first game. He looked like he was looking like Tom Brady the first game. 380 yards, 3 touchdowns. They couldn't touch him. Yep. He got benched. He's no longer the quarterback for the Patriots. So you were talking about a guy that lit you up. That was in week 1. I was telling people, be careful. Because this team ain't the same team like last year. They keep winning games. But it's like, all right, your record can be one thing, but if you're legit tells you another thing. I remember a couple of years back, the Pittsburgh Steelers were 11-1 at one point. Okay. They were one of the best teams in the league, record-wise. Okay. Nobody believed in them. Analysts, other teams, whoever's talking about football, nobody had the Steelers in the play, making a deep run, because they were frauds. Yeah. Why is this any different? So you got Jalen Hurts, you got the tush push that they do with the line. That's their whole offense. That's all they do. But when all of that shit stopped working, what ended up happening? They start losing games. They went on that stretch where they start playing legit teams. They played the Bills. They played the Chiefs. 49. They played the 49ers. They played the Cowboys. They played all of these teams. They should have lost to the Chiefs. They should have lost to the Bills. Yeah. They should have lost to the Cowboys. Yeah. They got the doors blown off of them by the 49ers. They lost to the Cowboys on the second time around. Yep. So you're starting to see like, okay, well, they're not as good as what everybody thought they were. You're starting to see dissension in regards to the defense. The coordinator, they switched, they took the play calling away from the coordinator. They brought in Matt Patricia and made him start calling plays. Then they got rid of his ass and gave it back to the other dude. Like, there's a whole bunch of nonsense that are going on, because what we're seeing is that Nick Sirianni, as good as he is, may not be so good. Those coordinators last year was fire. That's why they got head coaching jobs now. Oh, okay. You feel what I'm saying? That's why they left. Yeah. All right. So what we're seeing from it is not shocking to me. I've seen it all season. So, Claude, what are your thoughts on the Eagles?
I mean, the Jets beat them.
Yeah. Y'all were the first.
The first one.
That was the first one.
Y'all cracked the seal.
We popped the cherry on that one.
Right.
So. But they got exposed. I mean, granted.
You know that, but not to cut you off, y'all did expose them in that game, though.
But it was
100%.
When you go up, like, Jets defense was what it was, especially back then in those weeks. Yeah. That's what won us the game for the most part. You know what I'm saying? 1,000%. So, but when you start realizing that, I feel like when you're under any microscope, you know what I'm saying, and the NFL has you under a microscope for what you do offensively, and you have a move that you constantly use, it's a wrap.
Oh yeah.
Because now, let alone do they want to block it, refs are going to try to find ways to call shit that they don't even get to that and don't have to deal with it. It's just it's a cycle that everybody gets on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
However, like they do have pieces, and like AJ Brown is.
He's tough.
Yeah, he's tough.
He's
And
tough.
I forget he's on the team. That's what I love about like his role on that team. You get more light on Jalen Hurts as far as what he's doing. Even on DeAndre Swift, like you'll get those lights on them, but he's still out there, pink cleats and all, and he's there on third down.
He's one of the most
down.
physical receivers in the league.
Bro. So it's like having that, but then I don't feel like they have help. You know what I mean? He has no help.
They
I don't think what's the name took off like he was supposed to.
Who, Devontae Smith?
Yeah, I don't think he's an option, but he's not.
He was what he was supposed to be.
And he was a bigger option last year.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He was.
He was a bigger option last year. This year is like maybe if they get through, but
I just think that you're seeing the team that they just could not adjust to all the change, right? Like when you switch systems, it's a lot. Like you have a coordinator that's really, really good and knows his stuff, and you got to bring somebody else in to kind of bridge that gap. Yeah. It takes a while, right? Yeah, so they're in a transition period. Like maybe they'll bounce back next year once they figure out what they're doing. But this year they ain't got it this year. They definitely ain't got it this year.
I ain't like how Hurts kind of threw the team under the bus. What was it, like maybe a couple weeks ago?
Yeah,
and he was just like throwing it on them. When I'm like, bro, you literally every chance that could have been going into the end zone, you took for yourself. You know, you would run it in yourself.
Oh, that's his thing. Yeah.
But that's not really, it doesn't really help the team by doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Lamar could be doing that sometimes. He's like, nah, we going to get Gus his. Or we gonna, you know what I mean?
Well, you see Lamar took that step of evolution this year. He's more of a pocket passer, and he really but they had to change the whole offense. You know what I'm saying? They brought in a new coordinator. That's why he's looking good. Yeah. We're going to talk about that later. But yeah, I definitely agree.
Hurts is like, he's trying to like, you know, he'll take it all for himself, and then when it don't go right, it's like, yo, everybody's not doing this. Everybody, like, first of all, you don't even say that.
Yeah.
Y'all the team together. So it's like, when I saw him say that, I started saying, all right, this ain't looking too right. I don't want to go and say they frauds, because thinking about playoffs in NFL is on any given Sunday.
Yeah.
So as much as we could even like the Ravens or like whoever, it could happen. You know, just this Sunday I woke up and I didn't feel right and I lost my game. You know what I'm saying?
He is right.
And Hurts could get it right back just like that too. You know what I mean?
Landlord's right.
You just need a good month.
I want to apologize.
Playing football, if you want to be real.
I want to apologize. I do want to apologize. But I'm still saying it ain't frauds. I don't care. He might be right, but I think they frauds. I don't care. I don't care.